I'll ask you again, Mr. Bond. How shall we execute you? You are aware of the penalty for terrorism in Russia.
Who's the traitor in your government? What do you know about the Janus Group?
Why did you set off the GoldenEye?
Stop it! Both of you! You are like boys with toys. It was Orumov.
General Orumov? Why would he do a thing like that?
There were 2 GoldenEye satellites. He set off one to steal the other.
General Orumov!
Minister Michkin, how dare you interrogate this man without my presence? This man is a spy who killed Minister Mishkin with his own gun. Move! Good luck, Mr. Bond. He killed Minister Mishkin! Stop him! Don't let him get away!
Okay, so accuracy of that cutscene, not entirely at all. So, for starters, yet again, Miskin did not look like that. He didn't jump the gun and point anything in James's face at all. He tried being reasonable, and then James was like, well, what's the penalty for treason? And then Orumov came in, and that was, I want to say, where Natty said he did it, and then he ran away with her. But I don't remember James getting a machine gun. So this is one of those areas where it's like, yeah, as far as a replica goes, it's not too bad, because look at them green lines, you know. But yet again, Rare did a like one-to-one recreation of the main room where they escape, so good on them. And actually, this game's kind of giving me a little bit more respect for Rare. That's the weird thing. Like, I never hated the game, I just never thought it was the best game of all time ever to be extinguished out of man's creation. As to where now I'm like, wow, they actually paid attention to stuff. Go them. I can't make it through that door, I guess. Now I do... Okay. Now I do remember hating this level because the end of it is god-awful. Oh, look. What, I think Kawasaki? Hawksman. Yeah, it's a Kawasaki. The ending of this level is god-awful. So this was one of the levels I was dreading. I'll be blunt. I remember getting really frustrated at it because I was like, oh wow, this is really stupid game design. So when we get there, I'll complain about it then. I want to go in here. Now, one thing that I kind of wish modern games did that what's compared to retro stuff is, remember how they had things like hidden passages? Like, yeah, they sort of do here because there's vents, but I think it's not helping me at all. I think it's just like the windows where it's 2 ways to go the exact same. But like, they had doors that just opened that looked like nothing, and that's what I think is fascinating, and we don't see stuff like that anymore. Hi, friend. Or kind of like in Mario 64, how there was the little teleporty. Do I want that? I mean, I'm willing to switch this gun out for it. Yeah, maybe... Oh, it's a shotgun. I guess. Well, here, we'll switch that and get our generic machine gun back. Yeah, because I knew that was going to take me there, but I thought that was the backwards way to go. Do not. Hold on a sec. Didn't I have... Oh. I remember having like over 200 ammo, and then all of a sudden I didn't, and I was like, what? And then all of a sudden I did again. I guess that is ammo for me then. Cool. Alright, well, I'm just gonna... I did it. Is it on a timer, or did I have to hit both? I'm legitimately unsure. I also cannot go over a wall to save my own life. Hi, friend. What the hell was that? He just jumped down the stairs. Poor Assad. Doesn't know what he's doing. Alright, now that guy was shooting me from the front, but it's telling me I'm getting shot from the left. Even though it's clearly not the left. This one's also pump. Ugh. Who is... Stop. It's very rude. Yeah, but no, this level... just don't like it. And it kind of sucks to say stuff like that and be like, yeah, remember this cool, memorable thing? And all of a sudden it sucks. And also, because from what I can hear of the music, nothing special. So let's go ahead and put in the archives from GoldenEye 64. Alright, so yeah, I picked a good time to put it in because that was when nothing was happening. But let's go ahead and listen to this tune then.
Located.
Now correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say this is the exact same tune heard in other levels as well. Like I think I remember hearing this specifically in the surface and other spots of the game. So they couldn't even come up with, was that a ladder? Sort of, not really at all. I don't know what it is, but the point is this isn't even an original thing, because I recognize it. I just walk in circles. Guns. I don't understand why James can't just push a button. Why does he have to hit it with his gun? That is silly nonsense. What? It's timed. Alright, can I can. Go. You made it. We had plenty of time, apparently. I was just really not expecting a run race to the finish. Who's shooting me? Stop. Is he doing the splits? He almost was. I mean, I'll give him props for it. There's a lot of hidden stuff in here that's not really hidden at all. The Sigmas. Alright, well I recognize that as another generic machine gun, so I'm not even gonna bother you. Excuse me? Oh, I thought I saw a guy. Stop. Hey. Hey. Stop. Honestly, this level kind of gives me a little bit more of a From Russia with Love kind of feel. Kind of like the train. Like, it reminds me more of that than what it's supposed to remind me of. And maybe it's because, I don't know, Russia. Crazy idea, right? I think it's also partly the music. But, yeah, no, it's not hitting the mark it's supposed to. High. But it's hitting a mark. Wow, there's a lot of you. Can you take a seat? Alright, so one of my favorite things in video games is ragdoll physics. And watching him just kind of throw his leg on top of the table was pretty great. I was a fan of that. Would recommend more of. No, I just think it's so funny to watch just bodies just go silly. It's great. That wasn't what I wanted to use, but whatever, I'll start using it for a minute until I can switch guns at a more reliable time. So like when people fall over things, or they get flung around, or like in GTA when you jump out a window and you just go dummy. It's beautiful. It's an art. My favorite thing is when you do that and then they start shouting. They're shouting while they're being a fucking ragdoll. Oh, that's great. That's great. We didn't need that. Excuse me? Okay. Alright, you're the boss. So how do I get up? This way, I suppose. Everything is a distraction. Cats, people, thinking about drinking a water. Hi, friend. I can see you. I can see you running away. I can see you surviving. But hi, you're really close to me while I aim at this file cabinet. Because James doesn't like filing cabinets and or filing. Other random bits of praise that I want to give, which is closer to the movie, is like there was a point where James mentions how Judi Dench, the new M, he's like, yeah, your predecessor left his drinks over there. So I like that they included the fact of, hi, there's continuity in this film, kind of thing. I'm under attack from behind now, but there's nothing behind me. So I like that. I like when they try and make it seem good. And then I think it was the end of Skyfall, yeah, where they go ahead and they introduce the new M. And it feels kind of like everything falls full circle. So it's like, hey look, it's a guy again. And then there's the part where M rips James to shreds, calling him like, you're a relic of the Cold War, a misogynist ape, whose charms are wasted on me. So that was pretty good. But that also made me wonder about certain things, like I know Q is a name, as a position as well, because you, especially in Spectre, where Q is like this younger guy. Personally, I'm not a fan of it, because I just kind of like the old guy who just has no patience for James's shit, opposed to some nerdy little guy who doesn't know what he's doing. Alright, well I don't know what that was supposed to do me, but it didn't do me anything. I don't think there was really a point to this room other than, hey, you made it in, good for you. A light switch, oh my god. That's beautiful. I'm being shot. But that also made me wonder about Moneypenny, because I always took Moneypenny as the name opposed to a title. So I'm wondering if Moneypenny is supposed to be a title as well, and that's why she's black now? I don't know. It was just a thought that hit me, because I'm like, if that's a title opposed to a name, then I could care less. But if that's her name, then I think it's a tad random. Like, I don't know. It's just random. So, Moneypenny, what happened?
MI6 to Bond. We've got you in St. Petersburg. There's a general alarm for Russian troops. Are you all right?
I'll get back to you.
That would be a no.
It's the spy!
But I'm better than him, if that makes you feel any better. That also makes you wonder if Turner is a position or a name. Yeah, see, here's, I'm guessing, where the library is supposed to be. I also don't know why, but I kind of like the names of the levels in GoldenEye 64. I don't know, they felt simple but unique and interesting. So, Archives feels interesting. Surface, Bunker, Control, like, what kind of fucking names are those? Kind of thing. I'm sure that made no sense, but that's pretty much what I think. Wow, good slide. And that's what makes me wonder is I'm like, now when Activision chose to name things like this, is it because that's their technical names, or is that because they're copying off Rare? That's pretty much what I was getting at. Because they're like, oh yes, the military archives. I'm like, okay, I can believe that that's the actual name of the place. But then, like, the bunker, same thing. Okay, I can believe that's the name of the place. Statue, like, that's factually the name for the place. But, yeah, I don't know. It was just curious. Like, they obviously didn't call the surface the surface. Hello? I can't see you through the smoke, sir. Oh my gosh, defensive positions, positions of defense. It's almost like we're playing the foosball, Bobby Boucher. I really hope this thing's not picking up and echoing. Alright, so here's the other thing. This microphone was actually super, super quiet, so I had to crank it up like 10 decibels just to make sure my voice was heard. And that's weird because they didn't have any increments between 1 and 10. It was either 10, 20, or 30. And that's strange to me. So if I could, I would have cranked it up something like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7. But no, my options were 10, so I just gotta live with that. Stop. So hopefully it's not picking up the echo too much. Because that's generally I try and keep the TV low just to avoid it. But even then, like, it's impossible to not have just a tiny bit. So like in all of my recordings, technically you can hear the TV. The difference is it's just so well synced and so quiet that you just don't notice it. If that makes any sense. This is turning out to be quite, like, I don't understand why I walked all the way around just so people can show up behind me. But I kind of wish it didn't happen, you know? Personally, I think it was, like, this whole time, I'm like, hey man, I made it from point A to point B. Well, that's great. Now go back to point A again because there's more guys. Like, what a waste of my time. Even though this actually doesn't look like it's point A again, but in a roundabout way. I can't really see you, but I know you're there. Alright, well, I don't care. I've also considered the idea of, like, maybe I should just one day, for one of these, just put the full rare tracking for the whole level and just not say anything. But I'm like, nah, I'd rather not, because look at that, the layers. Now, it's just weird to not have gunshots, but like, suddenly the game becomes a tiny bit better with better music. It's weird how that works, right? Hello? And that's the thing, is like, it would, excuse me, it would be a lot different if it was made by the same company, but the fact that it's not is what makes it all the much worse. It'd be like if Sega was like, hey man, let's make Super Mario Brothers 1. Or if Nintendo was like, hey guys, remember Gears of War? We're doing a remake of that. It's just odd. Very, very odd. I see that you want me to go away, to use my phone, but now is not the time. Not when there's men jumping through windows. Alright, so what do you want? That's the wrong button. What am I that thing, I guess. Hold on a sec. I did it. Hold on a sec. Alright, I got you. We're all good now. Let me switch. I'll reload these other guns too, I noticed it. Alright, switch back. Because I don't care about the P99.